Is it always like that? Is it every year? Or is it kind of just?
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Monday night in Lawrenceburg. First meeting I'd like to call to order is the City of Lawrenceburg Board of Works meeting for February the 2nd, Groundhog Day, and if you didn't hear, it's another 6 weeks.
He's fired.
I think it's great, don't you?
I
You'll
heard
just
they
leave and
arrested-
go to Aruba or something. Anyway, February 2nd, 2026, can I get a roll call, Mr. Fetty?
Yeah, we got Board Member Tommy Roulette.
Present.
Board Member Brett Mondurant.
Yes, sir.
City Attorney Dale Wilton. President Kelly Malone.
Here.
Myself.
Okay, I have no announcements, guys, for this particular meeting unless either of you do.
I have nothing, Mayor.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So move.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
You might want
Okay.
to state that there was no previous meeting, but
Well, I was,
meeting before.
We got a couple other ones we got to do.
yeah, you got the, go ahead, Mayor.
There was no meeting on January 20th. We just approved January 5th.
Yes. Yep.
So I'd like an approval to approve December 15th's meeting minutes.
So moved.
I'll second that, Mayor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Cook, we got a CCMG 2026 bid award.
Yes, sir. So I'm here today to present the pricing for the 2026 CCMG paving project. This project involves the installation of new ADA sidewalk ramps and asphalt pavement replacement along portions of High Street, Vine Street, Mary Street, and a section of Short Street. We received 3 bids, and the low responsible bidder is Dave O'Mara Contractors at a total cost of $448,910.50. And of that, our match that we are responsible for is $89,782.10. In your packets, you should have the recommendation letter from HWC and the bid tab in there as well.
So we spend 90 and get 450.
That's correct.
Not a bad deal. And we're working from what, east to west downtown on downtown streets.
Correct.
Are we done up on the hill? Have we got other streets to do? I know we had done some up on the hill a few years back, but I didn't know if
None that we don't have any planned for this year.
it's downtown this year.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Any questions for Austin, Tommy, or Brett?
I have none.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the 2026 bid award for CCMG to Dave O'Mara Company at a price of $448,910.50.
So move, Mayor.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Lawrenceburg Speedway lighting replacement.
Yes. This pricing is for the Lawrenceburg Speedway lighting replacement project. This is a maintenance project that will replace the existing track lighting with new LED lights. This replacement will reduce our energy consumption there. It will also improve the track lighting, and this comes with a 10-year warranty that includes parts and labor if we were to ever have an issue. The Speedway project must-go lighting quotes in your packet for a total cost of $325,000. And if approved, this will be funded under a new appropriation line. And Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but this number is 258-000-1411.
That is correct.
Good. And Austin, is this something that they think they can have done prior to March racing?
It'll be close. I spoke with the promoter of the racetrack, and right now their first scheduled race is April 11th.
Oh, okay.
It'll be really close if it gets approved.
Yeah, I kind of want to add just a little bit to that. We will have an additional appropriation at the next meeting. And at the next meeting, this right here will be included in the additional appropriation. So I know that council votes on the additional appropriation. So with this contract right here, we don't have any money budgeted anywhere else to pay for this. We have to do an additional appropriation. It's in the paper. It should be in the paper this week. We should be able to approve it at the next meeting if the vote goes right. If not, hopefully the next meeting. But like I said, 5 council, if you guys got any opposition or anything with this one right here or the next one, please let me know, because those will be additional appropriations at the next meeting. So if you have any opposition, you may want to speak before they vote on this.
Mark, what's the new line item that this is coming out of?
It'll be out of MDF,
Okay.
2580, yeah.
Okay. All right.
One question I have, I noticed we only got one bid. Is there a reasoning for just one bid?
We did it because Musco did the lights before,
Okay.
and because of the unique nature of this particular service matching up with what IMPA had engineered, we decided to just use Musco, and we decided to do it not as a bid, but as maintenance of city properties. So that was what everyone recommended, and Austin, correct me if I'm wrong, put us in the best position to stay with Musco, per Eric, per Austin,
Yep.
per everybody. So that's why we did it that way.
Are they only ones that offered the 10 years? Well,
I'm not sure if there's other manufacturers that may,
Is that
but
right?
they definitely,
Responses we'd initially got, and they were the only ones with the 10-year warranty, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I remembered Eric talking about
Yeah.
that.
Shouldn't we have had to go out for 3 bids since it's over 25,000?
Not if it's maintenance of our own property.
So it doesn't have anything to do with sole source, it's just maintenance of own property?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, you can elect to do it this way, or you could reject it and kick it out for bids. We just, when we were talking to Eric with the electric department, because IMPA did the engineering, he saw no value at all in bidding it because Musco did the existing lights and they had already promised the warranty. He didn't think that we would get anything close to that in the open market. But if we do it this way, we're doing it as maintenance, which is a statutory exception to the bidding statute, but we don't have to, so that's up to you guys.
Any other questions? I'd entertain a motion to pay for Lawrenceburg Speedway lighting, the replacement to Musco at a cost of not to exceed $325,000.
Mayor, I would make that motion and have that passed on with a favorable recommendation to council, means they would have to appropriate the money.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
So we can
Yeah, I like
make it-
that.
It sounds like maybe more, it's contingent on council passing the additional appropriations. Is that fair to say, Mr. Rowland?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah,
So
we-
that would be, the vote would be contingent on approval of the additional.
Appropriations, yes.
So the additional,
Thank you.
not till the next meeting. So
Yeah.
is that, can we just make the motion next meeting? I mean, the council meeting that's coming up right now, or do you want to wait till
We'll approve it.
contingent upon the
Yeah, so we
approval
won't-
of the
we won't
additional
pay for it
appropriation?
yet. Right, and then if the additional appropriation fails, then we just won't buy it.
Yep, okay.
It dies.
Yep,
Is that
yep,
okay?
yep, we can do it that way.
Sounds good to me.
So we'll approve it at the next meeting under council.
I'll second Mr. Rowland's motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Make sure that gets added to council on the next meeting.
Yep.
Austin.
Could we not bring that up tonight in the regular council meeting to see what council wants to do?
Well, because they've got, he published the additional appropriation.
Oh, I got you.
We
I'm
just
with
need
you.
to wait.
Yep,
And-
yep.
And Your Honor, if it pleases the mayor, we won't have to bring it back up. So it's
Oh.
approved contingent, so if
Okay.
they
We
approve
have-
the additional
right.
appropriation, it just passes. If they don't, it just dies, but we don't have to.
I got you.
That's okay.
That way council has their vote on it.
Yeah, council gets to weigh in.
Got it. Okay.
Council gets to say, that's good.
Good. Okay, I've been asked to table the Lawrenceburg Speedway capacitor banks bid because I think, and the reasoning, Austin, is because you want to see if replacing the LED, what kind of a we call
yeah, we're gonna,
discount in the electric rate or something it helps with before we spend the money on capacitors?
yes, basically, yep,
This is something I've been working with back and forth with Eric and with Musco. I've called them as well pertaining to that, because I didn't, like I was telling Austin, why would we want to put a capacitor in when the IMPA did a study with HID lighting in. So
Yeah.
going back and forth, it sounds like we're better off, even from Musco talking to Vaughn, that we'd be better off waiting to put the new LED lighting in, getting rid of the ballast and putting in the controllers that come with the set system.
Yep. Correct.
Okay.
So the vote tonight would be to reject all bids, and then we can read.
Well, we only had the one anyway, but it was for the capacitors, but he wants the table or reject it, whatever you want to put it as,
I
yeah.
just want the wording to reject all bids. That's
Yep.
okay.
Okay, so can I get a motion on the floor to reject all bids relating to the Lawrenceburg Speedway capacitor banks?
So moved.
I'll second that, Mayor.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
And Your Honor, just real quick, I want to thank Austin and Ashley, Cook and Cook Law Firm, and I want to thank Chief Myers. Working with these guys on these bids was a dream. I mean, they did everything that I asked them to do and jumped through all the hoops and overdid it. And honestly, I mean, Austin and Ashley could teach a class on municipal bidding. They're that good, and it really helps. It really makes a difference.
We already
every day.
approved the raises this year.
Yeah, but it's just, it's so good to see that, and I really am grateful that they really work hard on that, so thank you.
Bet. Thank you.
One other thing I'd like to bring up while we're speaking on behalf of the racetrack, when we did the dirt back in January of 2024, it was actually brought up, and Mr. Weldon was the one that spoke on behalf of it, about how the promoter was going to maintain the plan to help with the dirt that we put in. Can we do a follow-up on that by chance to see where we're at with that? I know when we did this, the promoter we have now stated that the dirt was being pushed up the track and it was making the wall too short, and he wanted to bring it down. I just wanted to make sure that we're still in line with that and keeping that track the way it needs to be.
Just
So we don't
maintaining
have to
it.
come in
Yeah.
in X amount of years and put in dirt again, is what I'm getting at. If you could follow up on that.
Do we have like a in-season and off-season grooming plan? I think, don't they have grooming equipment?
They do, you know, he has a guy that grooms it, but we had clearly stated in there that we'd all work together to try to not let this happen again. So I'd just like to follow up.
Yep.
And I've got some documents that I received from Bryson. I guess they did some kind of mapping of it to see the difference in the dirt. I can pass that on to you as well.
Okay.
That way, when you speak with them.
Yeah, the agreement was that the promoter would groom and maintain the dirt after we brought it in.
Right, that's what I was.
The remaining,
Yeah.
yeah.
We just need to.
We just want to make sure we're staying there, that's all I'm saying.
Sure. That it's being
I mean, that was a
maintained.
substantial amount of money we put in, and
Yep.
want to make sure we're trying to, our best to maintain it.
I think about
That should be
about a half
awesome.
$1,000,000.
The people who did the work should be able to outline a maintenance plan. And that way we could have them in writing if they haven't already.
Good question. Okay. Next, Chief Myers got LFD ambulance bids.
So back earlier in the winter, we went out for bid for an ambulance. We're going to go with a stock unit, not a custom build job. We're going to go with a stock unit that'll be delivered later this summer, early in the fall. And we had two bids come in on that. We had McQueen Emergency come in at $364,849 and PennCare at $395,000. And after looking through the bids and checking to make sure everything met the spec that we had set out and intended for, McQueen Emergency was the most responsive, lowest bid, and at $364,849. So we would like to go ahead with your pleasure and award them to the bid. And then what I'll do, pending the vote on this, I will be entering into a letter of intent to purchase with them tomorrow, which will hold the truck until it's completed and we can take delivery of it.
Okay. Questions, guys?
I have none, I've already got mine answered from Mr. Meyer earlier.
If not, then I'd entertain a motion to approve the LFD ambulance bid of $364,849 from McQueen Industries.
So moved.
Second?
I'll second it, Mayor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 2026 EMS contract.
So
Chief.
this is our annual revenue sharing contract with the county that we have every year. I spoke to Dell on that, if Dell wants to chime in a little bit. These are pretty much no change to last year's contract. The only thing that I would suggest, and I was going to talk to Dell, and we may have talked about this on Friday, was trying to consolidate this to one contract since there's really no more Lawrenceburg Emergency Rescue. Moving forward, if we can just change it to get the same amount of money, but with just one contract for the fire department.
Maybe fire and EMS or fire.
Just Lawrenceburg Fire Department's good, and we'll cover it all.
We kept them separate to make sure we got both monies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want them to.
We need it needs to be the same amount of money. So whatever we can do with the county
The thing last year, there's a reason
on that
we kept it separate.
Right.
Okay.
is to be able to, yeah.
Okay, I'll take a look at it.
Yep. But other than that, it's the same contracts as they were last year with no change.
You know, the more I think of that, Chief, I think for a period of time, we ought to probably keep them separate.
Okay.
Just so they don't get used to thinking it's one department. And it is, but two separate contracts. And they're-
Right.
As long as they agree to pay the combination of the costs. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, the amounts is the biggest concern, is making sure that amount equates to what both these contracts are.
Right. Okay. I just didn't want, they have a change of personnel over there and they come back, well, it's just one contract. It should be this.
Yeah, and they've done well with our EMS lit contract of getting it squared away for us as well too. So we're just sorting through those things.
Maybe just another year or two, we keep this separate, just to get everybody's mindset that it is separate, but as far as the money, but it's one.
We can do
one
that.
unit. That makes sense?
Yes, there you go.
Along those lines, we'll approve both of them separately, then I imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. So the first one on Tommy, you have any?
I'm good.
The first one I'd like to get a motion to approve is the 2026 EMS contract.
So moved.
I'll second that
Second.
motion, Mayor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The next item is the 2026 fire contract.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion will carry. Thank you.
One more thing, Dell, real quick, I emailed you some contract language this morning on those mutual aid ones we talked about on Friday.
Yes, sir.
Can you take a look at that whenever you get a chance?
Yes, sir, can do.
Thank you. Let me know if you got any questions or you need help with it.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, I have no other new business nor old business for this particular meeting.
Mayor, I have one thing under old business I'd like to bring up.
Okay?
I've noticed that our SROs are driving their vehicles home.
I was going to talk about that as a retreat, but that's fine.
Okay, well, I noticed, I know when we did the MOU back in August, it clearly stated that they were not to drive them home.
Right.
Why all of a sudden are they driving them home if we've got?
Well, I'm the one that said no to that. And then after Miller and Rosengarten came to talk to me again about it. And the only reason I thought that it was be okay to do that is, they're going from home to the school, okay? If they do that, if they couldn't do that, then the cars would be parked at the LPD. They'd have to go to the LPD, pick up the car in the morning, take it over to school, and at the end of the day, take the car back over to the LPD, pick up their personal cars. The three that we're talking about, the cars aren't any, they can't patrol in them or anything like that.
Right.
They're just, what do you call them, fleet cars. I didn't see a reason that, why have them do the extra, I guess, having to go and then pick it up and then bring it back, and it just seemed like a redundancy. I was going to, and it should have been changed or talked about before.
I would have liked to have heard something
Yeah.
about it and not find it out like that, but.
Yeah.
And I did inquire to Chief Snyder, and he told me he'd take care of it, and I never did hear no more back from him. And along with that, I understand where you're coming from, because I remember when Officer or SRO Fade used to do the same thing. as far as going down there and picking it up.
Yes.
But is there really a reason for them to have cruisers if we have 209, which is Danny Rosengard, that is a full-time over the SROs, and his cruiser would be there all the time anyway?
Well, the reason was that we have a cruiser at each building.
Why do we need one? I'm not on the board, but
Deterrent.
why do we need
Yeah,
one
it's just
at each building?
Deterrent. It's a deterrent. I mean, even if you have a police car in the area, it's a deterrent. I mean, even if you didn't have an SRO.
Can the cars not just be parked there instead of them
I
driving
think
them?
that's where I was getting ready.
Okay,
to
but
say.
if you're Joe Shooter, knowing that all we do is park our cars there, what kind of deterrent is that?
The
Tells them
SROs are
that there's
still
an SRO.
there. I mean,
How do we know that? How do they know that?
If there's an SRO car there, they're gonna think
What's
there's
the
an
big deal?
SRO. Why do we need more vehicles that getting gas
Because
every
these are
day from
vehicles that
city?
aren't even being driven.
That'd be a
Because
great thing, they're not.
They're not able to be patrolled.
Okay,
I think the problem is we have one thing outlined in an MOU,
and we're going
and then we're
against it.
doing against it. So why do we have it in the policy?
We have the ability to change it.
Well, why could we not have a discussion before one person changed? That's all I'm saying. That's, I mean, we're all in this together. We passed numerous MOUs. Like I told Chief Snyder, if this is the way we're gonna do it, MOUs are nil and invalid if we're gonna break them like that. I mean,
So what would you like to do? Tell me, we can change it.
I don't
I would like
understand why
them to
you
go
even need
back the way it is.
Go way back the way it is? Okay.
I mean-
So tomorrow it'll be that way. How's that? All right?
It's just,
Sounds good.
Then we can talk about it too.
Headley is. All right. Okay, anything else?
that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Any old business, Brett? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right, next meeting, I'd like to call to order, City of Lawrenceburg Utility Board for February 2nd, 2026. Roll call, Mr. Petty.
Board Member Tony Abbott.
Here.
Board Member Dylan Little.
Present?
Board Member Tommy Roulette.
Present.
Board Member Lenny Fryman.
Here.
Board Member Brett Mondurant had to step out for the rest of the meetings. City Attorney Dale Wilton.
Here.
Oh, and Utility Director Rob Schneider.
Present.
President Kelly Malone.
Here.
Myself.
All right, any announcements, Director?
I have none, Your Honor.
Okay,
Mayor?
how about you guys?
If I may, I would like to bring up one. I received my IMPA flyer that we get, and it actually has on there that the riverfront project is still going.
Nice.
So I would like to get clarification.
I think we keep it.
Just for clarification that this is not going on, so those out there that received those. It is shelved. It was shelved on July 1st of 2025, and I may add that it was voted at 4-1, and I was not opposed, I was opposed to not shelving it, so. But it is not going on.
Yeah, I didn't recognize it.
I seen it right off the bat.
I'm glad you did, but.
Coming soon. So, just for
Can we
clarification,
definitely change that for us?
Yeah, follow up with them for sure.
you may get a lot of phone calls tomorrow saying, oh, that's back in, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the.
That's the only announcement I
won't
have.
say anything different.
I just personally think it should have been a Ferris wheel.
Well,
just saying.
That's not gonna happen. Thanks, Tom. All right. Hey, what else we got? Any other announcements?
No, sir.
Okay, if not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Director Schneider, we got a Baker Tilly MSA renewal.
Yes, sir. So in the packets, this is just a renewal or a revision to the existing MSA with Baker Tilly to review our bank reconciliations on a monthly basis. Essentially, we're just updating some names and some terminology within the contract. This is something that we do to just kind of have some transparency and overview of our monthly bank statements. So just wanted to get this in front of the board and let you guys know that it was being proposed and make sure I could get approval to sign off on it. So if there's any specific questions, happy to field them. Otherwise, like I said, this is an ongoing service that they've been providing for some time.
The only thing I would add to that is you stated and Mark stated as well, this is only as needed basis. It's not an everyday going thing, it's when it's needed, correct?
Correct.
Okay,
Or as needed, yeah.
as needed, yes.
Yeah, there's no guarantees as far as they're concerned or of any payment, yeah.
I guess similar to what we do with Atlas. On there. Okay, anything else? Any other questions?
I have none.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the Baker Tilly MSA.
So move.
Second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Concrete storage pad at the city garage.
Yes, Your Honor. So this is in reference to the concrete storage pad for the electric department. Currently, the electric department is having to use the substation for storage for their spare transformers. We don't have any other space for them, and that is contradictory to the National Electric Safety Code. So, in pursuit of trying to meet that standard, we spoke with the guys over at the garage, and they've agreed to let us move forward with this.
I think we ought to charge utilities for rent over there. What are you guys thinking?
Give them the big tent and they can put everything in there.
What's that?
Give them the big tent and let them put everything in there.
That big tent's full.
So we went out and got 3 quotes for the proposed 60 by 60 foot, a 6-inch thick concrete pad.
All right.
We received 3 quotes. Row Asphalt came in at $45,450.55. Amera came in at $34,595, and Nippenberg came in at $32,400. All quotes being received and reviewed, we wanted to recommend going with the lowest bidder, which is Nippenberg on this project.
Before we move forward with that, and I'm just asking out of curiosity, is this anything that you might have had a conversation with Brad about potentially doing in-house?
I think we talked with Brad about doing, I don't know how far the conversation went on doing it in-house. That was between, any of those conversations would have been between Eric and Brad.
Okay.
So I can't really speak to those conversations. I'm sorry.
All right. I was just curious.
You know, Dylan, that's a good point, though. We have been expecting them to do the smaller concrete jobs. This one might be a little bit big.
Yeah, 60 by 60, that's a pretty good size.
But like the sidewalk replacements, really, that should be expected that we do those in-house.
Yeah. Concrete, my dad was in construction and a laborer for a long time, and so I know concrete work isn't super overly complicated. So I wasn't sure if it was something that we were able to do in-house or if that conversation had been had.
Yeah, and I don't know for sure the extent of that conversation.
Okay.
I know that they were talking back and forth with Brad leading up to this, but I don't know if that was specifically proposed or not.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Does this have to be have a roof over, or can it be open?
It can be open, yeah.
So the lowest bid I'm seeing then is, I'll entertain a motion to approve the concrete storage pad at City Garage, bid by Nippenberg Concrete at a price of $32,400. You get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second it, Mayor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any other new business or old business, Director?
I do not at this time, no.
Anybody up here?
I have nothing there.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to review and discuss the claims for board approval.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to approve all payroll reports and checks once properly certified.
So move.
Second.
Who so moved it?
Me, and then Tony.
Second, Tony?
Yeah.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn this particular meeting.
So moved, Mayor.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Last meeting for this evening would be, I'd like to call to order, is the City of Lawrenceburg Council meeting for February 2nd, 2026. If you could all rise for the pledge. One more time, Mr. Betty.
All right, we got Councilperson Tony Abbott.
Here.
Councilperson Dylan Little.
Present.
Councilperson Tommy Roulette.
Present.
Councilperson Lenny Fryman.
Here.
Councilperson Brett Bondurant had to leave. City Attorney Dale Weldon.
Here.
Mayor Kelly Malone.
Here.
Myself.
Okay. Announcements. Anybody got any announcements? I've got a couple before we get to board reports.
I've got one.
Okay, good.
I might as well get this over with. We got a council person write letters to the editor and opinion letters, which I usually don't pay attention to. You know, it's one of those things where everybody has the right to their opinion. They have that right. But, you know, when it says in there, it says, we've also, you know, this is more or less like a statement against my office, and I take offense to that. And especially how hard that we work over there and what we do over there. And it's not really saying so much about me, it's saying something about my whole office, and I basically need to kind of set the record straight that this has not happened. But, you know, it says, we've also seen claims paid without proper authorization. Don't know when that's ever happened.
You want me to tell you?
No,
I'll tell you.
No, I don't want any rebuttal. I'm not even looking for that.
Then why bring it up? If you don't agree with what I put in there in terms of
This is a
transparency,
statement. This is a statement saying that this happened,
and it did,
okay, that we paid claims without the proper authorization.
yes.
I-
Let's talk about the claims that were brought up for the city attorney that you gave him the check for before we approved it. Do you not remember that conversation that we had?
There was never checks for the city attorney that,
The claims that were 4 years old. You know what I'm talking about. You remember when I made a big deal, held them up in the council meeting,
yeah, and they
all
were,
the other things?
they were never
You looked me
received.
dead in my face and told me that it didn't matter because he'd already came and picked up the check.
No.
Yes, you
Those
did.
claims, until those things got approved by the board, they were never,
All right.
ever.
I got,
We can bring this up too.
that's true, though. They were approved by us before they were prepared. Yep.
He had-
I never released those until those were approved.
All right, well, we can bring this up too then. What about the health insurance where a former council voted to get rid of it, and at some point in time since then, it's been changed? You want to tell me that's not accurate? Because I got the meeting minutes
That
and an email
doesn't-
from our HR people saying that it was changed.
That
Does
doesn't-
that not go through your office too?
Insurance claims do go through our office, and I would be glad to take a look at anything that you want to give me and get more detail at the next meeting.
Okay.
But I'm just going by this statement right here that you said about our office. In my opinion, you know, if you're going to make statements like that, then first of all, you ought to let I mean, like I said, we work hard over there.
I agree,
I
they
got a
do.
lot of respect for, you know, this office, and once again, you're not only using my name, but you're using everybody over there.
I didn't use anyone's name.
No,
I talked
Well,
about.
that's one
everybody
thing I would like to say,
understands what the
Dylan.
pressure is.
If you want to do this, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't
But be
care.
more
Your
specific.
opinions are fine. If it was
Be
just
more
an opinion,
specific, because
that's
it's
different.
like
But when
throwing
you
us
make a
all under the
statement,
bus,
that's
like we all
different.
did it.
I could care less what kind of
That's my
opinions
only
you have in
problem.
the paper. That's fine. I'm just
You
saying,
must care, you're bringing it up.
what?
I said you must care, you are bringing it up.
Because it's a statement. It's a statement. If it was an opinion, I wouldn't care,
It's an op-ed.
okay?
Opinion
It's
piece.
in a statement that's basically saying that we're doing this. You know, like I said, you know, the thing is, I just want to let the people know that you could take a look at, I put both audit reports in the city website. So if you go to the city website, you could take a look at the audit reports. And once again, at the same place as our budgets and all the other documents that I put in there. Basically, if you go to the website, go to government, or go to the menu, go down to government, go to the clerk treasurer's office, and then go to miscellaneous, and you will see our last two audit reports. You know, once again, my office, they're very proud of those, the audit reports. You know, take a look at them if you got concerns, you know, because we are very, very proud of that. Yeah, it's just one of those things where, you know.
Can I ask you, have you heard back on the personal use tax stuff that you brought to our attention and then died? What happened with that?
The personal use stuff was all taken care of.
How?
100% by the book, yes.
But you were the one that brought it to our attention and then said that it wasn't to be utilized like that. Which one is it?
I finally got to, Mr. Weldon, he can help out with this right here, but basically, the personal use vehicles, everybody that's got a personal use vehicle pays what they need to pay. It's all the
By
proper
state statute
authorization.
from New York, right?
What?
From a state statute from New York, right?
I got that from my city attorney.
Yeah, I mean.
You bring it up and say, I have opinions, but then you don't like what I bring it
No,
up.
no, no, I don't care what you bring up. Anything you bring up, I promise you, it's done by the book over there.
Okay.
It is done by the book, I promise you that. And I checked, and I got an opinion from our city attorney that basically said it was legit.
And you said you were going to check with the State Board of Accounts. What happened with that?
I checked with my city attorney,
Okay.
okay? So, like I said, the opinion articles, once again, anybody can have an opinion if they want to have it. I have total respect for all that stuff right there, but when you make a statement about my office, I had to bring this up at a meeting because this has to do with all of us. You know, I mean, I think most of us up here are on the same team, but, you know, it's one of these things where, you know, every month you get an article, and I don't read them, but people tell me about them, but it's, you know, like I said, I'm a team person, and I've taught school for many years, and I've coached, and like I said, I think I got a great team over there, and I'm, you know, and I will not let them be taken down by statements. If it's opinion, that's fine, but a statement in an article, I will not be taken down by that, no. So that's all I have on that.
Okay, thanks.
Well, I'd like to also say, in that opinions that you made, it was in the paper and stuff, it talked like we was doing things underhandedly, and there was some compliments on there like we was doing things wrong. So I'd like to know what that is.
Lenny, I talked about two things. I talked about the riverfront development, not the riverfront development project. I talked about the apartments, which has not been a surprise. And I talked about the claims. Those are the two things that I brought up. Everything else was general statements about how we should believe in transparency and accountability and all of those different things. And I think you guys would agree with that, unless for some reason you don't. We're talking about accountability and transparency.
But what, I mean,
Want it or
what
do
was
you
you
not?
talking about the apartments?
That I didn't agree with how it happened. When you pay for someone, the way that the apartments happened, right? If we want to talk about it, even though it's a done deal already, you gave them half of their entire development. It was a $30 million development. You gave them half of it,
Right.
and I didn't agree with that.
Well, that's fine.
And that's fine.
You made that statement prior to getting on.
Exactly.
So what I don't understand is, why are we revisiting things? We're supposed to be moving forward. That's what I want to see done. And let's just move forward. That's all
And it's really turned out to be a good project. I mean, you may not agreed on it,
That's your
but
opinion,
it's,
Yeah, you got your opinion,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, it wasn't even this administration that approved it.
Exactly.
no, it wasn't.
I just said exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I didn't hear you.
but, you know, I mean, let's all try to work together here.
Well, it just makes us, it's like it makes us look like we're all incompetent or like we're doing something we're not. That's the way I took it.
They tried to
And
do
I
that to me
kinda-
for 3 campaigns.
Yeah,
I think it's
Yeah,
convincing, I think it's
I didn't
wrong.
want to start a big discussion. I just don't, it was just one statement in there. Like I said, the rest of the opinions, I'm okay with anybody's opinion. It was just one statement. That was not an opinion, that was a statement that said.
Well,
this is happening. And like I
Mark's
said, we
out
don't
here. I don't know who approved that or not, but political things, I don't believe should be in the paper myself. That's my opinion, unless you ask for other people's opinions on it too.
Anyone can submit an op-ed. Anyone from the public, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
I just don't agree with political op-eds in local paper. That's my opinion.
Everybody's allowed
It's
to have an
all, it's
opinion.
over. It's over.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
want to bring that up.
All right, and then let's get to my announcements that I had. I didn't want anybody to forget, State of the City address will be this Friday at Liberty Theater at 1 o'clock. It's my second to last one. But anyway, and then I want to compliment our city and our first responders on the snow removal of the last snowstorm we had. Our first responders were out helping with snow removal, with closing down some streets and things like that, but also they got a lot of calls during that during that storm, and I was in touch with Chief Snyder and Chief Myers and Brad, of course, and these guys did a tremendous job on the streets. And they're still working on it, actually, dumping this stuff in every place, any nook and cranny we can find, I guess. Now we're gonna get another maybe 3 to 5 tomorrow. Yeah, I think we start dumping it up on Pribble Road somewhere. No. Just front yard or something.
Back in that field,
There you go.
all that dirt.
Put it back in that, yeah, there you go. Yeah, we
Could we not dump it towards Perfect's?
yeah, they could use that. They could use it, couldn't they?
No, we'll sell it to them.
Back it right over into the,
Tony, we'll sell
We'll
it.
sell it to them.
All right.
You know, I might add to that too, though. I mean, it was what the Civil City did and the first responders, awesome, very good. But just the communication, all the communication, basically people getting their cars off the street, especially Walnut Street, the business owners clearing their fronts and stuff. I mean, I was just proud of the whole city, you know.
Well, we really tried to get ahead of it.
You know.
Joy did a really nice
Yes.
job of communicating.
yes, she did.
Yes, I mean, it was,
You know, with the reach alerts, I know people some probably could get tired of those things, but I'm gonna tell you, they're informational when they go out.
yes.
It's for a reason. So we wanna, yeah, absolutely, it was a good exercise that they work on from year to year. They don't get this kind of snow from year to year, but they did a really nice job.
The other thing I would add to that, I just wish, and I've seen it in several streets, and mine was one of them, when we go as far as putting out them reach alerts, if people have off-street parking, that they please pull their car, because there was 3 of them on my street that got plowed in. And they had off-street parking, and I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, but we all gotta work together. It's harder for our snowplow guys, the guys driving the snowplows, to go around them cars, you know what I mean? And then they gotta worry if they're hitting them, or, you know, is it an older person they're plowing in, but.
Right.
You know, if you can move them off the street, that's what I'd say, move them off the street,
Well,
especially when we put out a reach alert early on.
Yeah, we actually put that out twice.
Yes, yes.
Getting the
Yeah, I got tired of hearing it
off the
too.
streets and, you know, put them in the public
Yes,
parking lots or
yes, the parking garage, everything,
you
yes.
know, but, yeah, but for the most part, I agree, Mark, the communication was really
Yep,
good.
it was.
And, you know, they implemented it to almost
T, yes,
perfection,
they
I
did.
believe. And,
Well, I did get a couple complaints.
well, you always complain.
They was complaining, poor people, I mean, they's out there cleaning their driveways,
Yeah,
and they'd come by with them trucks,
yeah.
and then they piled it about that high right in front of their driveways.
Well, there's
They
nowhere else.
did it
to
about
put it.
3 times, but they did an awful job, I have to say. I was very proud.
A lot
We
of
was,
snow, guys.
we was out running around, there was a
Yep.
lot of snow, lot of snow.
Yeah, my wife had a hard time shoveling our driveway. Just kidding.
Shame on you, Tom. Shame on you. Yeah. All righty, board reports, streets, alleys, and curbs downtown, Mr. Abbott.
Well, I want to reiterate how the fine job that city workers did on keeping the streets clean. I have one complaint about an alleyway behind the Edinburgh. It's not too cleaned off too well. But mine wasn't either. I just now dug my garbage cans out. Couldn't even see them. Other than that, everything's great.
All right. What about up on the hill, Mr. Fryman?
Everything looks good,
All right,
considering, looks real good.
yeah. Well, we may get more snow, you never know.
Yeah.
Supposed to.
Parks and playgrounds, Mr. Little.
They're snowed in. One thing that I do have to ask for streets, alleys, and curbs, I have a senior that lives on Front Street. Are we able to get them a handicap parking spot over there?
Well, I talked to that same person,
240?
and they've already got one.
Okay.
And they wanted 2, but there's only 2 spots out in front. And I can't, we don't authorize more than 1 for each household.
Okay.
But I talked to her. She said she had talked to you,
Yeah.
and you were going to get with me.
Sounds good. I was going to say the big thing that she has happening, and I think there's something about this, but semis are parking over there.
She told me it was a boyfriend of the neighbors.
And he has a semi, and it's parking
is that
right
what
on the street parking.
Semis should not be parked on the street.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, because they were doing that over on Center Street, and we had to stop
Yes,
it
they
over
were.
on
Yeah,
Arch.
they were.
Over on Arch.
Arch, yep.
Right next to the park, too.
Yep.
Yep.
you talk to Austin and Ashley too, if you're in the building, just because they have a good rundown of how we do our handicap spots. They explained it to me too, and it
Okay.
made a lot of sense.
But they, yeah, no semis should be on the street. I know a couple park back here in the bank parking lot. All right.
I got something to add to to parks. The Lawrenceburg pool.
Uh-huh.
Drove by it the other day and I looked and I thought, this is not good. Diving board is still out, our brand new diving board, which that's just gonna tear it up and we'll be buying a new one. The ADA lift chair is still out, brand new, we'll be buying a new one. ADA
Shouldn't that have been
stairs,
put away when the season was
nothing's
over?
been put away. All the umbrellas for the picnic tables in the splash park, they're still up. The shade umbrellas, they've got 8 inches of snow on them. They're probably ripping. Ain't nothing has been put up over there. I'm hoping that the water has been turned off. We'll know here before long.
But this is normally something that they do put up?
This has to be done right after the pool closes. Yes, they put it up.
Interesting.
I think we ought to close it. That
What's-
and the ice rink. What do you think?
Well, it's supposed to be closed
No,
for the winter.
people are ice skating on it. They're over ice skating on it right now?
I thought it was over.
No, I meant the pool.
Oh,
All right. I'll check that tomorrow morning.
All right, bud. Thank you.
What about the fire department, Mr. Rowland?
I have nothing to report, Mayor.
All right, can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting?
So moved.
Second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I guess we're not doing new business in Speedway lighting then at this meeting. We're gonna wait till next meeting.
Okay.
All right, I have no or new or old on this meeting. Anybody got anything they want to share?
Mayor, the only,
I've got.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
the only thing I want to bring up is the insurance that I talked about, and I can provide this to you guys and pass it out. You already have one, don't you?
Yeah, you got enough
Did
money.
I give you one already?
You're right.
Here, Mr. Walden, you can pass these down. And then here are meeting minutes too from some of the, from the June 18th, 2018 meeting. So I've confirmed with Ms. Felix that health insurance will still cover certain elected officials once they're out of office. The meeting minutes from June 18th say that all elected officials, a motion was made to change the current policy to reflect that elected officials will be offered the insurance program while they are in office only, and that was approved 3 to 1 to 1, with one person abstaining and one person voting no to get rid of it. But the policy that Ms. Felix sent me is saying that there are 3 positions within the city that are elected that will still receive it.
Yeah.
Do we need to get another motion, or are we
Well, I
going to
think
be?
the reason that if I was in this meeting, and do you know the background on this?
I do.
Okay, what is it?
My grandfather was the one that had the.
Oh, no, he was grandfathered into it.
And then there was a few others that I guess had it, and Mayor Cunningham and a few others, whatever it was.
They
There
were
was
all
elected officials.
full-time elected officials.
Yes.
Yeah, that's who remained in the policy.
The motion was
Vote at that time was because if you served so many.
Two consecutive,
2 consecutive terms.
that was
got it
all-
after
that was all the vote was
on
allowed
council.
For the 2.
The meeting minutes specifically say that a motion was made to change the current policy to reflect the elected officials will be offered the insurance program while they are in office only. So only while in office should you, the clerk treasurer, and the city judge receive health insurance. And the policy from then to now has somehow changed.
I don't think it ever changed. That meeting was just for city council.
No,
It was all elected officials.
it's all elected
So what,
officials.
you're saying that,
Even the one that was grandfathered in was not supposed to be grandfathered in. I don't know how that happened.
Oh, yes, it
Well, he was.
specifically said.
That's not what we voted on that night. I'm just telling you what we voted on in council. Because that affected me too. I was voting against
So
myself.
let me bring this up. So we're saying every other previous mayor, clerk treasurer, or city court judge who, full-time employees that got those benefits, you're saying now we shouldn't get those benefits?
I'm saying that if you're in office and you receive a public benefit, okay, we'll deal with it. But if you are voted out and you're not in office anymore, you should not receive a city benefit. That's correct.
If you don't have the time, if I don't, what if I'm retiring?
You shouldn't receive the city benefit. You're not retiring. You are an elected
Well, yes,
official.
I am.
Okay, you will get the pension, which is odd to me, and then same with perf, but you are not an employee of the city. You are an elected official. If you look at the definition at the state level, there are elected positions and then there are employees. You can't be fired by the council. You can't be fired by the Board of Works. You are voted in every 4 years.
Right.
You are an elected official.
But this has been a policy in place since the beginning of gaming.
Just because it's been that way doesn't mean it's right.
Well, I mean, this is a new thing.
I'm 12 years into this and now.
Well, you know, because I read the meetings to that minute. The meetings of that minute was 100% it said council, 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 council. That's
There was a
Just-
previous,
can I talk?
sure, go for it, Mark.
I was just wondering. But basically, the whole time, basically, they were going through, they said council, you know, council, council, council. And basically, they were trying to make motion on the council. And then right there at the very end of it, Paul Seymour basically said elected officials. You know, they changed the word, to council because the whole discussion was the council, 100% the whole council. And then right there at the very end, Paul Seymour made the motion, elected officials. And I don't know if you meant all elected officials, because the whole time they were talking about council in the whole discussion. So I'm just stating the minutes, how I
And the
interpreted
reason
it, and
for that
looking
was
back
we had
at the meeting.
a 35-year-old councilman that had 2 terms. And if you would say, according to what was written in there, if he would be eligible and his family to get medical insurance for the next 30 years. That was the reason. The medical, and if I'm not mistaken, the medical policy states that you have to have so many years of service and some age.
Now it is 55, so you can retire at the age of 55 and keep it until you're 65, is what it was changed to.
I don't know that it was changed, I don't know.
Well, wouldn't it be more fair for you to bring it up, we can all look into it, and then bring back our findings at the next meeting, rather than just, because now it's just like a conversation no one was ready for, it's not on the agenda.
Well, Mark knew I requested it, so he knew, he read the meeting
Everyone
minutes
else is kind of
before I.
Well, no, I trust me, I read them a long time ago. I knew exactly what the meeting minutes said. You know, and it was very unclear to me, and as a matter of fact, I think I even mentioned something to Dell probably 3 or 4 years ago. You know, I said, how do you interpret this? I said, I'm not sure really how to interpret this, you know, because it's kind of written one way. But I think the problem that basically when you're talking about the full-time, when you're talking about the mayor, the clerk treasurer, and the city judge, I think you got to take a look at the union pension, because basically there's certain things written in the union pension, and basically I know a long time ago, basically the clerk treasurer, the mayor, and the city judge was added to that union pension. So you almost have to change what you want to do there if you want to change any of the health benefits and stuff like that.
That's not accurate. You're citing what's in the CBA, and you guys aren't part of the CBA. The employees are part of the CBA.
We're part of that, part of the
You
union
guys
pension.
get the pension. I know you guys get the pension. I'm aware of that. But you guys, if you guys were to ever lose an election, you can't grieve it and get your job back. You guys don't get the same protections as union employees.
But the medical insurance policy that we have states, from what I was told, it states the mayor, the clerk treasurer, and the city court judge.
That is what it states. That's
Okay.
correct.
And so what,
The meeting minutes state that a motion was made to change the current policy to reflect that elected officials will not be offered the insurance program
that's not-
while they are in office only.
But that's not the meeting for. Again, I mean, maybe you're right, maybe you're not right, but can't we look into it instead of having this discussion at a live meeting where no one was prepared to have this discussion? I mean, you might be right, you might not be right. but-
All I want to do is retire.
Let's look into it.
Just let me get out of
I
here.
know
with my
you
peace of
have an
mind.
opinion, I mean,
Jeez.
but the right way to do
You
things.
gotta
is
quit
bring it
listening
up.
to people.
Well, the right way to do things is bring it up and we look into it and then we bring back our findings and if people wanna vote a certain way, then they can. I mean, if you're saying that you wanna change a policy or you're saying someone's doing something wrong, then we'll look into both of those
Okay.
possibilities.
Can I ask a question for clarification? So in the past, there were other mayors,
Oh, yeah,
treasurers, and
I think there's,
judges that
is
were
there still
receiving.
some, there's still some receiving,
I
right?
remember Chuck Evans was a police officer, but a judge.
Bill Cunningham.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, Bill,
Everyone.
Miss Stutz.
Bill and Stutz, okay. Bill Cunningham and Jackie Stutz. So they were receiving the insurance after their terms were up, which I wasn't aware of either, but, so, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it-
I mean, I could get all the
until
details.
they're 65.
Fine, right, I understand that, right, I got you.
Well, and these guys didn't create this rule. It got created decades ago.
Well, the
For
mayor's
other-
saying it's written in the insurance policy.
Exactly. So, I
That's what it
mean,
sounds like to me.
that's what I'm saying. It's not fair to bring it up suggesting like Mark and Kelly and Judge Johns gave themselves some benefit. All the other judges and mayors and clerks got it. The meeting that you're referencing was only about city councilmen. And I can tell you that for sure, because I was there.
I
So if
remember
you're
watching
saying you
the
want to
meeting.
change a rule or something, I guess we could look into that, but we're not gonna accomplish that tonight.
That's fine.
No. Okay, it's not even a thing, so let me just move on. It's not even on the agenda.
Comments from the audience?
Well, I
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
I
What you
did
got?
have small business.
Go on, let's wrap.
Old business, I'm
You
sorry.
know, and just as the clerk treasurer, I want to bring this up, you know, and we've had discussion about this before, and it's probably not a great subject either. But on January 21st, basically, there was an email sent out from the Conservancy to everybody up here. except for
Oh, boy, now we're going another hour.
Well,
Get
I'm
yours.
glad he did bring that up, because
You know,
go ahead.
And, you know, I'm sure everybody read it, all the council people read it and stuff like that. And once again, it goes back to, you know, the Riverfront Development Project, the second time that was mentioned tonight, and the mayor was hoping he'd never mention it again. But anyway, you know, they did some engineering and different things like that, and like I said, I know we've had discussion, we haven't shown any entertainment of doing anything with this. You know, my thought is, do you guys want to do something with this? Do you want the city attorney to write something back with this email? I just feel as the clerk treasurer, I need to bring it up and, you know, address it. Like I said, we work, you know, like I said, I think the conservancy is important for this city, and, you know, I'm just curious, you know, if anybody else has read it and has got any opinions on it or anything like that.
Well, when we went to the meeting last week, and you brought that up again, I went home and I went and watched that meeting, which was June 16th of 2025. And we started at 32:21 or 41 minute mark, and we went all the way to 41, and we went back and forth. Mr. Abbott made motions, made comments that we pay the 75, and it went back to the 95. The mayor even brought up a good point. It was only supposed to be for if the 408 went through, if I remember correctly. But at the end of the day, you had made comment that you would get with Jimmy and see if this was valid.
Yeah, but
But-
the only reason I'm saying is, we got another mail. We got another,
Right, and I understand that.
with
but-
from the attorney and him, so I'm thinking, do we just,
Look, I will tell you right now, from my standpoint, I was in favor of the 75, but when I seen the 95, I wasn't too happy about that. I don't know what we need to do there, but at the end of the day, too, we never really did have anything in written form signed by us or anything saying that this was.
and that is
out.
true.
That's
You
that's
know-
what my question is too, Tommy, because in the letter, they said that they had presented an interlocal agreement, I think twice or something like that.
Yeah,
What happened with that? Because as far as I know, that never came to us. Del, did you get the interlocal agreement from their attorney, or they said that they sent it at multiple attempts or something along those lines? So why was that never presented, or why was it not signed? What happened?
I don't know, I can look into it. never signed an interlocal agreement, we never signed a contract with them.
I mean, they say that, that's accurate.
Well, here, let's go over the facts first. And the facts are, okay, they requested us to pay, what, 90?
$96,738 and.
The last time they brought that, yes.
You guys either have to pay it or you don't. And that's what you gotta vote on.
But can we legally do it, is my opinion, if we didn't have a written contract? I don't want to have it being an issue. I want to pay them. I really do.
And with that being said, let me clarify one thing. If you guys decide you do want to pay them, if that's what you decide that you do want to, we don't have the money in the budget. I'd have to put that on additional appropriation, and we could, like I said, they haven't done the money this long. They could probably wait a little bit longer. But if you do decide to go through with this, then I have to basically do an additional appropriation to be able to pay this.
Have we gotten the amount that, so out of the 1% that we give them for the land lease or whatever it is, whatever they didn't spend, have they returned that to us yet?
Yeah, I think last year they did give us money back. I think it was like 50-some thousand, and I did hear that this year that was probably going to be around 71,000, around 70,000 that we were going to get back from the 1% thing.
Are those monies that we could potentially say, keep that towards this bill or something of the sort, or? Is that
I see what
already
you're saying, but I would rather not do it that way. I'd rather take that and
Well, I get it.
figure out what
put
we
it
want
in.
to pay them and basically appropriate it and do it the right way there. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I hate to have meetings, but I think we all need to sit down in an executive and talk this out and figure something out.
Well,
Instead of putting,
I think we tried. I think it's like we just got to figure out.
We have tried.
okay, so what?
Well, maybe we ought to
Again,
just wait till
I'm
we
not
get the
being-
retreat
The question's
call.
not being answered. I don't want to do I'm all for paying them. I said it before and I'll say it again. But if we don't have a written agreement, how can we, is that legal to do so?
I mean,
I would have our attorney check it out and bring some information back to the next meeting and say this is legally what we can do and what we can't do.
I think you can pay it. Here's basically the way I perceive this situation is that the Conservancy District is established to do just this. That's one of their stated purposes.
Yes.
To review plans like this. We submitted the plan to them. They started working on it. They didn't tell us they were gonna charge us anything. They were spending money on their engineers and we were spending more money on our engineers.
Correct.
And then way later in the game, they started to say, well, we want you to pay for it. And they were doing their job and we were doing our job. And then at the end of the project, where they didn't approve any of the permits they were supposed to approve, they sent us a $70,000 bill and then they took it back. So the problem, I think, is look, we didn't have a contract. They didn't ask us to pay before they started. And from my opinion, I guess, they were just doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, we give them millions of dollars to run their operation, and one of their jobs is to review permits like this. Now, with Whiskey River, before they even started to review the permit, they said, hey, we're gonna review your permit, it's gonna cost this much, do you agree to it? Whiskey River said yes, Flaherty Council said yes, they paid for it. And so, we didn't have any, if they had come to us at the beginning and said, hey, we'll review your permit for you, but it's gonna cost X number of dollars. And we're gonna let you see the bills as they come in. We don't know how many hours their engineers worked on this. We're just taking their word for it. We don't know who did what or for how long. I mean, I think we looked at their bills and their engineers would have had to work like 60 hours a week just on this project for months and months and months to rack up that kind of bill. Now, I would never call anyone a liar, but we don't get to see any of that. And without them asking us before they even started to pay for it, and then later on trying to get us to pay for it, in addition to all the other things that happened, it just doesn't seem fair. But I think legally, if you wanted to pay for it, you said, hey, they did something to benefit a project for us, it just didn't happen to pay it out, then I think you can do that based on that relationship, and that, I would support that with a letter that would protect Mark without having a contract. So,
Dell, they provided their invoices to us for all of the work
Right.
that they had done. So it's all in there and itemized for their labor cost, and
Yeah,
it's.
but you know what, we don't have any problem telling our own engineers and outside attorneys that we don't want to pay their bills. And they provide itemized receipts. But we just take Mundell's word for it. And I remember in the meeting when we were in here, that the number was at $71,000 or whatever.
75, yeah.
And we said, and I think Tony may have made the motion at the time to pay 71,000 or something. And then the next meeting that we had, it went to 96. We said as long as it doesn't, we asked them, how much is it gonna rate? Is this it? And the next number we get is 96.5 or whatever.
Yep.
So who do you believe?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, they have in a letter that the city was aware that specialized engineering review, blah, 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 as evidenced by the interlocal agreement the city refused to sign. Like, that's what they put in their letter. So again, we're in the standpoint of, who do we believe? Like, where did this end up missing?
I think you guys make a decision and you let Dell worry, if you guys want to pay it, you pay it. Let Dell worry about making Mark legally.
I would rather him do that before we pay the bill.
Yeah, if our city, if Dell can come back to
Yeah,
next meeting
Next meeting, that would be great.
and just
And we'll get this thing
give us,
next
like I said, we got a new letter, it's like, I'm not gonna
email.
ignore it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the one thing I would ask them is, have you, the LCD, charged full engineering rates to be repaid by every single permittee that you've ever, because I don't think that they have. This is a new thing
Right.
that they started doing with us, and they did it not even midstream, very late in the game. They didn't do it at the beginning. They waited till the project was already kind of off the rails, and then they said, oh, by the way, we want you to pay for it. So, I don't know, it just doesn't seem, it seems like that's their job to review these permits. And if you're a municipality, the LCD, and part of your job is to have an engineer that's gonna review permits when they get to you, and you're getting millions of dollars from the city to fund your operations, and you're sitting on $40 million in the bank, then that's just, you're just paying to do your job. We have to pay our engineers to do things that we don't charge other people for. We have just costs of doing business. So that's how I look at it, but, you guys are charging on me.
This is my opinion. You say that, that we paid engineers for the Flannery and Collins apartments, right? That is a private and city project. You might call it a city project, not really. This here was a public project, and part of their mission statement is to build parks along that river. That's in their mission statement. And I would hope that we would work together like this. I would hope they would say, hey, guys, we'll do the engineering for you. Because we put a lot of money into that project ourselves. So I would just say thank you for doing it.
Okay, then I'm gonna suggest that, Dell, you come back to the next meeting and you say, Mr. Council, you guys by all means can pay this with this documentation, or Mr. Council, you cannot pay this. And then there will be a motion put on the floor to either pay it or not, and we'll go from there.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
Okay. Now, how about comments from the audience?
One last thing that I want to bring up, Mayor, I promise. A few meetings ago, Tommy asked for us to get the folks down here from, oh my goodness.
The lobbyists.
Yes.
Yep, I know
We're
we're
gonna be
gonna.
at a retreat.
Yep, okay, gotcha,
They're coming to the retreat? Okay.
gotcha. Yep. Yep, I do remember asking that, yep.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Comment from the audience?
I just want to know when that riverfront project's over.
It'll be after me, Gene. It won't get done while I'm a mayor. They don't like me.
Has she always been a troublemaker?
When I saw that today, I said to him, I said, oh, I guess they've decided to move forward
knew
and
it.
just not hook it onto
That's
the
why I
levee.
brought it up, I knew it.
Citizen of the year is the biggest troublemaker. I love it.
You had to bring it up, didn't you?
That's why I wanted to clarify that.
Yeah. Just like
Same
it.
thing.
Like that. Any other comment?
What about you, Harlan? You're always there back there, just quiet as a mouse. Nothing to say?
I'm writing a book. You can make that announcement if you want to, Mark. You don't have to check with anybody.
You writing a book?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I give him permission. You don't have to check with anybody.
there you go. All right, I'll entertain a motion to review and discuss the claims for board approval.
So moved, Mayor.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Oh, I can't second that. Wait a minute, I can't second that.
I'll second.
My bad.
I was like, whose voice was
I
that?
made
I was
a
trying to
motion,
write down,
I
I said, that sounds
apologize,
the
I
same.
made a mistake.
I'll second.
What do you do, make the motion?
Yeah, and second.
Boy, he thinks
That was,
highly of himself.
that was almost like a Lenny.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, I got a motion
And a second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Sorry, Mayor.
Motion carries. Motion to approve all payroll reports and checks once properly certified.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn.
So moved, Mayor.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Be safe going home and watch out for snow tomorrow. Your time.